welcome back, my tasty beer nuts, and thanks for joining me. Hopefully you're not too hungover from last night, St. Patty's Day. I myself was at a Stag and Doe hosted at Vimy Ridge, Vimy Brewing Company, which was founded by two brothers, two reservists, who wanted a truly Canadian beer, because I felt that there wasn't really that many beers in the places that they went that were actually Canadian. So they thought by naming it Vimy, being reservists, one of the greatest battles for Canada, that's kind of how that name came about. So I got to try their three beers that they had on tap. So they had their cream ale, their red, and pale ale, all really low IBUs. I have to say I like their pale ale the best. Really nice citrus and pine notes on the nose, and then when you actually drink it, I was a little afraid it was going to be too hoppy, but it was really well balanced. The IBUs were actually 30 on it, although IBU is a whole other story that I will eventually do a video on. But hats off, I should say, to Vimy. Great beer and a great time had at the Stag and Doe. By the way, best wishes to Sarah and Connor. So today, my actual review, I decided to go with something a little lighter, seeing I did partake, a fair amount last night. I'm sure many of you as well. So I went and found the lightest one I had in my fridge, which is a Collective Arts Lunch Money. It is a 4.8%, so not too heavy. It's made with Centennial and German Magnum hops. Cool thing about Collective Arts, there are two founders. Matt and Bob really had two beliefs when they started the brewery. Is basically one, that creativity fosters creativity, and that two, that creativity yields delicious beers. So I've had a few. They have been really great. Cool thing about that, they do support the arts, film, every different kind of media. And they have artists do their cans from a little where everywhere. This particular one is an artist by the name of Harry Tennant from London, UK. So all over the world, they're doing different art. They kind of have a color theme. I've noticed there's other ones in this lineup for the lunch money, and they all have that blue and yellow and white kind of theme. So they do keep a theme for the beer, which is kind of cool. So this says it's an easy drinking beer, which I'm really hoping for because I can't handle a heavy one today. So let's give this a shot. All right, I'm expecting light. Yes, very light. Very pale straw color on this one. Oh, and I see a cat here and there. The joys of owning cats. Really light golden, slight haziness to it. I don't know if that's just the glass. Very little haziness. Head is small. The bubbles are very tiny on this. So let's give it a sniff. There's no major sense to it. It really is a true kind of light beer in that sense. You've got your typical notes of a beer, the malts, the hops, but they're very light. I'm not catching much else on there. So real test, let's give it a sip. It is definitely a light beer. There's not a ton of flavor to it. You could easily, pound one of these back, which don't drink responsibly. But this is summer beer for sure. Light, with it being a 4.8%, obviously. Would I buy it again? Probably not. Not that it's not a good beer, it's just I like a beer that has a little more to it, a little more flavor profile, and I find that there's not a ton going on here. Love the brewery, Collective Arts, by the way, out in Hamilton, Ontario. So if you're out there, good place to check it out. Um, they do have other really great beers that I do enjoy, but unless you're looking for just a light, easy drinking beer, sure. Um, but there's more fun ones, more flavorful ones out there for you to try. So that's about it. Keep yourself hydrated, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.